Hi, everybody. Well, I have so much stuff for you guys now. I gave you guys the decision board kit last month, the sunset version, and I have been working really hard on, making my own vision board out of it, and I ended up making a vision board and a vision book. This is my vision book, and I have a video for you of the vision board. But before I started, I've really been studying a lot of neuroscience, and one of the things I keep running across, and I've also experienced this, and I'm sure you have too in your life, is that before we can really effectively create a plan for our life and start to dream again and rebuild and things like that, like so many of us are doing, you have to get into a state of gratitude. And getting into a state of gratitude actually just kind of makes you kind of go, wow, I already have so much and I've already accomplished so much. And so not only does it put you in a state where you're ready to dream again, but it also makes you realize, wow, I already have so much. And so I'm now giving you guys what I'm calling a gratitude board kit. And I'm just gonna stop for just a second and show you my gratitude board with a little bit of music. This gratitude board kit is a perfect companion to your vision board kit. It really helped me a lot. You can kind of tell I'm just I'm getting well. I've been so sick with the dang virus. But one of the things I've been talking to my doctor about is one of the things that's happening to a lot of people that are getting the virus is it's dumping, I think it's called cytokines or something like that. That's really affecting mood and perspective. And I've had this condition, I guess, since I got sick. I've been sick for about I was getting sick, and then I've been pretty sick for about 2 weeks. But these thoughts of like dread and fear and failure and all this kind of stuff, and I'm just like, this is not me, this is not normal. But it was like overtaking my whole being. But putting together the gratitude board helps me a lot. I go and I look at it. I don't know if you can see there where it says I love my life. I even put a little light behind that. So when I go and look at it, I actually turn on the light so that it kind of activates something in me like, oh yeah, I'm so blessed. I have so much. I have so much already to be grateful for. I think as the world, is in so much disarray and seems like there's a lot to clean up before we can start rebuilding, the way it is like when you clean your closet or whatever, you're pulling everything out. We really have to work hard to keep the proper perspective. And so like I said, with all of this studying that I've been doing with neuroscience and understanding this state of abundance and gratitude that you need to get into before your brain can start to really realistically think about building something else or moving forward into something else. This whole gratitude thing, I'm also giving you a gratitude journal. You can print it out as a booklet like this is. That's why I printed it like this, or you can print it out just in 8.5 by 11 pages. But this is a gratitude journal that I actually use. I was using it daily for a long time. I've gotten back into that. But I'm also going to be putting it on Amazon, but you can just print it out as many copies as you want. But I made myself fill out 2 whole pages of that every day when my life was really in a rough place. And it just helps. It helps so much to make you go, okay, wow, a lot of hard things are happening, but also a lot of really, really good things are happening. And so I'm giving you that. I'm giving you the gratitude board kit that has a whole bunch of different pieces. You can see them here. And then I would love for you to make, even little gratitude cards or a gratitude book or a couple of gratitude pages. I just did it on acoustic tiles. Those are just, they're kind of really thick felt that I ordered from Amazon, and they're awesome for pin boards. I like to pin things, but you can use a bulletin board or you can just use a poster board, and you can just print out pictures of things that you're grateful for, even just write them out. And I promise you, it's going to change your heart and change your mind and change your perspective and make it a lot easier for you to dream and to go into your day and into your life and into your year in a state where you're ready to create, something incredible for your life. Okay, and then from there, I made some worksheets because I know even for me, I loved making that beautiful decision board kit, that vision board kit, and I loved making it. But something that was difficult, when the world is so uncertain, is even knowing what you want to put on there. And so I started by writing out the fears that I have about life. And so I gave you this worksheet that's thoughts from your most fearful place and thoughts from your most truthful, highest self place. And that's what I really want you to do before you start on your vision board or as you continue your vision board, if you've already started it, is identify like where your thought patterns are right now. What are you thinking about? What are you afraid of? What are you really needing to overcome before you can actually go in and go, you know what? I can do this. I can create the life that I want to have. And so like for me, this is going to be really vulnerable, but I woke up because of this sickness. And like I told you, this cytokine or whatever it is, this dump of stuff that's just, giving me all these thoughts of anxiety. I was just like, man, I'm going to write out what these thoughts are. So some of them are, it's too late, too much has happened that I'll never be able to recover from. That was one thought that kept running through my mind. I'm old and used up, washed up, nobody wants to hear from me anymore. More crap is just going to keep happening. Man, I sound so negative, but these are the thoughts, that I had to overcome. The world is too broken. I'm too broken. I'm worn out. We'll never have our own place and our own home again. I wear people out with my complicated problems. The cruel and selfish people will always win in this world. Nobody wants to hear from me anymore. So those are my negative thoughts. And so then on the other side, I was like, I gotta take this back. I gotta take this back in my control and write out what the truth is. So I wrote, I know more than I've ever known and have better ideas than I've ever had. So you can see on my vision board where I actually typed these out and I put them on my vision board because these are the thoughts that I need to stay in. They're actively combating these lies, okay? And that's what I want you to do. I want you to figure out like what are the lies that are holding you back or making you miserable or making you feel stuck or paralyzed, and then combat them with truth, with very specific personal truth. So I'm wise and experienced, and I know what I want and what I don't want. That's the truth. I am equipped not only to handle anything, but to turn anything into something beautiful. That's true. There are countless opportunities to make the world a better place. That was the one that was combating the world is too broken. And then I am too broken. The truth of that is I'm stronger than I've ever been. I know more than I've ever known. I'm worn out. The truth of that is I know how to use my energy efficiently and how to generate more energy. And then I'll never have my own home again. We're designing our dream home and we will own it very soon. That's what I wrote. I wear people out with my complicated problems. The right people do not get overwhelmed by me or sick of me. The right people stand beside me. The cruel and selfish people always win. Everyone is looking for goodness all the time. I am somewhere that it can be found. And so that one was really helpful to me because I was like, well, it seems like there's a lot of crappy stuff going on in the world. But as long as you're creating goodness and love and beauty and truth, people are going to be looking for that, and that's what I just have to make myself easier to find, because I another part of my fear, things that I'm overcoming as I'm rebuilding my life is just my tendency to just hide, make myself hard to find and hide. And so I'm making myself easier and easier to find. Nobody wants to hear from me anymore was a fear. The truth is there are people seeking for exactly what I have to offer. A lot of people. I'm making myself easy to find. So this helped me a ton because, like I said, you have this worksheet in there. So what I want you to do is write out all these lies, these thoughts that you're having, especially since the world has changed so much. I found that there were things that I was struggling with that I've never struggled with before because there are things that are happening in the world that have never happened before. And so I think you might be surprised at some of maybe the thoughts in the background, and you'll be surprised when they come up. But you'll also be surprised at how much strength and resilience you have, what the truth is of that. So that's the first worksheet. The reason this is important is because this is what's going to help you put custom affirmations and truths and decisions on your decision board that aren't just, like sometimes we all put the things up like dream big and, whatever, like with all the cliche things, but sometimes we need very specific words and very specific thoughts that deal with the way we're actually feeling personally. Okay, and then the other worksheet is the Me I Know I Can Be. This is the Vision Decision Board worksheet. And so what I want you to do, there's little instructions right here. Answer these prompts as your highest and most alive self, like yourself that you know that you can be, that you want to be, the one that, believes and thinks and acts in the ways that are possible for you, or even maybe you don't totally believe they're possible for you, but you want them to be possible for you, as the you that you know you can be. And so you can see in these worksheets, there are just prompts that will help you remember that there's lots and lots of times where you have to choose who you're going to be. When others are being negative, I am. When I feel misunderstood, I am. And so like I wrote, when others are being negative, I am turning the conversation around. When I feel misunderstood, I am my own best advocate. When I feel misunderstood, I wrote that I turn to my truth teller, to God. When it's taking longer than I'd hoped, I am continuing with hope, faith, and enthusiasm. When things fall apart, I am looking at what can be created next. When I feel disappointed, I am grateful for the good parts, allowing myself to grieve. When I reach another hurdle, I am evaluating other ways or putting on my high jump shoes. And so I just wrote a bunch of things, a bunch of hurdles. Now, science is really finding out a lot about the way that we use our language, the way we say things to ourselves, and the way that we phrase things. And the words I am have become such a, scientifically backed superpower. Anything that you say after the words I am, you're going to create that. And so if you say I am stupid, or I am old, I am washed up, I am annoying, I am, I'm done, my best years are over, whatever, I am, it's over for me, whatever you say about yourself, your brain, it's just neuroscience, your brain is going to go try to make that true and try to make that right, because your brain wants to be right, and it's going to go everywhere and search out situations and facts and everything else to validate everything that you just said. And so that's why it's so important to take that captive, to take that, and you decide what comes after I am. And you see that in the decision board kit. So you saw my decision board. Now this is my decision book. There's so many pieces in that decision board kit that I had a lot left. And it was interesting because when I was making the decision board, I was like, what I really want is just, I want this to be about my perspective about everything. You know, it used to be that I would put up, you know, pictures of things that I wanted to acquire or things that I wanted to build or whatever. And I, you know, I'm always going to be doing that. And that's what this book is going to be about. This is kind of like a dream book, a vision book, a decision book. You have to decide, you know, I want you to remember that. Why I call it a decision board is you have to decide, like, this is what I am going to do. This is what I'm going to focus on. This is it. Not so much this is what I want, because then your brain hears that I want this, and you're always just going to be wanting it but never having it. And so it's really important that you talk about it in the positive, like, I am happy, I am fulfilled, I am grateful. But then this book, I decided is going to be like my dream vision decision book. So I used the rest of the prompts in here, and I'm going to start putting pictures in here to go with it and specific things. Like, this is my purpose, and I have the I am. And I'm just going to start using my cut and paste journaling stuff, my, word and letter builder and True Words book and things like that, and start cutting and pasting everything in here that I want to work toward, that's not on my vision board, or that validates what's on my vision board. So all of these pieces are in that Sunset vision decision board kit. And so you can make a vision board and a vision book. And I'm excited to just start working on this. I'm going to, try to work on this each day, and that will keep my mind in the right place. Okay, so this gratitude book is another thing. It's a great tool. I would challenge you to use this until it's used up. You know, it'll take you like a month to fill all these out. And then I know you're going to want to do it again, because it just feels so good. It's a great thing to do in the morning and at night. I'll read you some of the prompts. Today I'm grateful that this happened. Today I'm grateful that I know this. Today I'm grateful that I have this person in my life. Today I'm grateful that I'm learning how to. Today I'm grateful that I can see. Today I'm grateful for the miracle of. Today I'm grateful that I can hear. Today I'm grateful that I have. Today I'm grateful for the lesson of. There's tons and tons of prompts in here. And what I challenged myself to do is put something, never write the same answers twice, because I think there are 4 different pages full of prompts, but then it repeats back to the same prompts. And what I told myself is I'm gonna try to always write something different, even if it's the same prompt, write something different, because it makes your brain seek for evidence that your life is amazing instead of evidence that your life is hard. And it really works. It just totally does. Okay. I can't wait to see your vision boards and your decision boards. I hope that you'll post them to me. Make sure you go into Facebook, into the Creative Soul Searching group, and that's where we'll be sharing a lot of this stuff. Download this stuff and really use it. Don't just watch this video and do nothing. At least download it and look at it. Maybe do the worksheets and get your mind in the right place. If it's been hard for you to stay in a positive place, just know that almost everybody's struggling with that. Just the collective, everything that's happening, the sheer amount of months that have turned into years where our world has been in such disarray is just wearing people out. But we have the ability to turn things around for ourselves, and when we can do that, then we'll start be able to turn things around for each other. Okay, so have fun with this. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me, and I hope that you'll use this kit. I love you. Mwah.